too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all think so, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snaps. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Heavy lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Hey, back on Monday, throw Barbie body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Now Thompson on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And finally down at the 41-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Thompson. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
A give to Elliott. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ohio! Ohio!
To throw on 2nd down, Thompson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
On 2nd down, Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Ohio!
They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Wide. Get wide.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Detroit! Gone!
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Now, let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
The Browns send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Pulled in at the 24. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Thompson now on 1st and 10. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Here's Thompson. A dump off to Elliott. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Flex round! Flex round!
The give is to Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but now to have to block more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that his defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The quick slant caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he has landed on hard.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Gone! 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 Over!
They'll set up a throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A minute 57 to go in this first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They start on the ground with Elliott. He's got room to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. A big run that time by Elliott. 44 yards on the ground. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses. Those exact type of runs.
Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw. Thompson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Thompson. Throwing on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down at the 28. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Looking to throw. Thompson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in. Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out. Now they try the right side here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think? Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here. It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel. Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Thompson off the play fake. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a 1st.
Ohio! Ohio! Hey, come on, let's go! What? 9!
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They go to Elliott again. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Steelers on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Thompson. And this is going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they'll run it here. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. There to stop him, Terrell Edmunds.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. What?
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Again, it's Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Thompson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now the backup Kaiser to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now it's the backup Kaiser. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Kaiser. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Now they'll run it on the toss. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Back to throw. Thompson, he's going to go. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw. Thompson. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back to throw. Thompson. And a scary incompletion. Almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. The 30. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are in the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
The extra point up and good. And that will get him one closer. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Here's Thompson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Looking to throw. Thompson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on himself.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ohio!
Now Thompson to throw on second down. And an alley to run. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Green 39.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Leopard. Detroit. Gone. Mike's 50. Good track.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. 20. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll run it now, out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Detroit! Gone!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Thompson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games that much.